Hello, welcome! I'm starting a new DROD hold today, and the one that I have chosen is Narrow Perspectives by Skell. Now, Skell has been asking me to play this for a little while, so I figure why not? Let's do it now. A raw puzzle experience, no plot, no exploration, no problem. Play all the rooms in whatever order you prefer. The rooms become harder as you go north. Okay, let's do it. Play new game! That has no hold intro text. That's interesting. Huh. I guess if you disable that for the first level, then that's what happens. A big thanks to people who have sacrificed their time to test this hold. Dragonfogel, Discorin, Blorx1, and Soluble. All people I know. Alright, so... Evil Eye Puzzle. I think it seems to me like the theme of this hold is small rooms like this, which... okay, From what I've seen of it, all the rooms are in a similar format of this. I guess that's what it means by narrow perspectives. The perspectives are small and narrow. Okay, so wait, what exactly is going on here? Ah, I see. So I can avoid releasing roaches by doing stuff like this, but then I have to deal with 4 evil eyes at once. Okay. That's how you survive that. No problem. Roach dead, evil eyes dead, room clear. Use the special command to leave room borders. Oh. Is that so? Oh. Alright then. So these are like super tunnels. Okay. Whoa, where am I? Now, really? Do you have to be updating that every single day, all the time? It's distracting. I wish I could just turn these off temporarily. One end, the green salmon. This has a name. Every time that happens, it totally just takes me out of my headspace. I know it's not your fault, Discorin, but I just wish I could disable that, because it's, like, super distracting. Alright, so what's going on here? I went north, so it got harder, apparently. This would seem to be a monster maze of some description. That closes that door. Nothing can ever open that force arrow, so looks like I want the roach to... oh. I wanted to do that, but not that. Alright, now hang on. If that door is closed, then something could slide there, but then something is already in there. Okay. That's a toggle. That's the only action I can take first. I could avoid using it, but that doesn't help much, except it does, because then it can do this. Okay. Roach is here. Roach is here. Roach is dead. And so will be this one. Okay. Special command. Alright. Okay. How far north can I go? Trapdoors, roach queens, evil eyes. This is a really interesting format for a hold. Alright, so I ran out of space. Alright, so, I'd be better off starting farther south, probably. Let's see what happens if I were to do... I can't really turn my sword much. Except here I can. Okay. Got myself some shelter, and I could extend it by dropping more trapdoors. Those roach queens are going to lay eggs eventually, so I should probably make haste. How much of a problem is that actually going to be, though? Probably not too much of one. Alright, so at this point, just drop trapdoors, and I'm basically done, right? Oh boy, not exactly. Okay, so back a little bit. So what killed me last time was letting roaches stack up. Let's not do that so much. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. Okay. There are a lot of checkpoints in this room. I can do that and get some shelter. And then something like this, sure. Alright, this is basic enough. I'm not used to this format of room. This is weird and different. Back up a little bit. Why don't I just stay here for a moment? Alright, trapdoor's down. Many roaches are here. If I could stay there, that'd be good, but I can't. So I could wait a moment. Might be advisable. Or it might not. Okay. So timing this, there is no good timing is what I'm learning here. Basically just do it as soon as you can do it. Just do that. Sure, that works fine. That's enough protection. Maybe. Ah! Okay, I have another distraction here. Let me take care of something so I can actually think of what I'm doing. Okay, there we go. Today, everything is conspiring to stop me from having a normal recording session. I just did like 15 minutes of computer diagnostics before I started this because something was stealing focus every 10 seconds. Obviously, that's no way to be playing a game. Okay. Room clear. Press special command. Right, I'm not used to that yet. It feels weird. Don't swing and drink. This perspective is much less narrow than the others. Wait, what was that room called? Drop in the trap. Okay. Don't swing and drink. This has a gentry eye in it. And several weapons. I can't get to that. I can get to that staff. So that's ideal for gentry eye pushing. I can give mimics some stuff, maybe. Can I get back in the middle here somehow? Doesn't seem like it, so it looks as though I have to make my choice of weapons once. What does this scroll say? Hey, wait a minute. Okay, right, that was a tester's scroll. What do you say? Challenge, clear this room 4 times using a different exit from the central chamber each time. Okay. Sure. Alright, I've chosen the staff route first. So push stuff into the water and get gentry eye just out of the way. Shoo. Hey. You're brained. I see. Good to know. Okay, you also move first. I may have chosen the hardest one of these first. Alright, so that doesn't work. Brain. It's 2 brains, so I can't get rid of them easily. In fact, how would I ever get rid of those with a staff? I don't actually see how that would happen. Mimics cannot directly help me, except they can get out of here with weapons. So I guess that's how they do? Okay. So, wow, that's still pretty demanding. A mimic could provide me some protection here, but that doesn't really help because he can't kill anything. I'd like you to have a sword. The problem is I think I'm... Oh, wait a minute. I can't place any mimics. Because this is all door. Where could a mimic even go? Open trapdoor gates, I guess. Okay, or places that broken walls would break down to. Okay, so I cannot use these mimic potions with either of these 2 exits. Or this one. Alright, so those are only for the northern sword route. So, like, it's implied... Now, I know I can't push a gentry eye into shallow water. They just don't go. You can drop them off bridges or thin ice if you do it right. Could I, like, stick him in there somehow? I think I've gone far enough north that the rooms have actually gotten, like, pretty seriously hard now. Oh, wait. I found a thing that I can do. Well, that's... Pattern's not going anywhere. Also, it stopped working. Let's see, if I were to do... I've done something similar to this before, and it led to death. And this time is no exception. Okay. I'm gonna go in a circle and hope that it helps me somehow. Like, there are various opportunities to get monsters to just leave me alone for a little bit. Roaches decided to go the other way, which is interesting. I guess this is how I would deal with evil eyes. Ouch! Well, that's inconvenient. I moved you south a little bit. Can I keep doing that? Like this? I killed an evil eye, but I also killed myself, I think. Yeah, that's definitely death. Can I get around? No. Okay. That puts me back at the start, but that's fine, because I didn't really make any progress there. Appreciably. Hey, Gentry Eye. Go someplace else. Just get tangled on your own Hey! I did something magical. Gentry Eye wants to move here, but can't... But, okay, right. So the optimal brained move moves him through a roach. The roach wants to move through the... Wait, hang on. So monsters path through Gentry Eye chains? I guess they would. They're just like ortho squares, basically. Okay. So this magic configuration worked for a little while. Enough to probably kill all the roaches. If you would just be cooperative for a moment. But of course, you just will not. Can I hide over here? Probably. Ouch. Ouch. Alright, Roach, you come here and die. Good. Gentry Eye, just stop chasing me for a minute, maybe? I need to reorient. How exactly? That might work. Not with... Okay, you need to move away. That's something, but it's not what I need. Let's see what happens if I do this. I die to that evil eye. Right, that's annoying. So going around the circle is always going to give me some extra distance. Yeah, you're awake, and that's kind of okay, I think. If I manage it correctly. Let's see. What's the best plan here? I'm not sure. I'm just going to go around the circle again. That seems to work well for me. Oh hey, look what I can do. If I can somehow just... Let's see. How can I make this happen? I'm sure you can see what I'm trying to do. I just need you to go in there. Like, in there. Well, this isn't going to work well. It might, though, actually. You're still not actually in there, though. Okay, maybe I can't do that so easily. Whatever. I'll just do it this way. Now what? Now I've done something silly. Okay, let me try this again. I need to be kind of on this side of the Gentry Eye, facing in a direction. Let's see. That's just not... No, wait. I would need... Well, no, see, this is possible if with particular chain configurations. Hey, look, there's a better spot for this, maybe? There we go. Okay, Gentry Eye ditched. I should have done that earlier. Now, how do I kill those brains? I guess with... There's no targets. So I could do... Wait, no, I can't place those mimics. So I still have a problem. I have a staff. There's nowhere I can place a mimic. How will I kill those brains? There weren't any tools for doing it. What's all this nonsense? Like, I mean, that's a pit. That's not a place I can place a mimic. Gentry doesn't help me. There's nowhere I can push you with a staff that moves you out of that spot. So I'm missing something. This says, using a different exit from the central chamber each time, implying that the south exit is possible. I guess I could always keep my sword as I take the south exit. Maybe that's the trick there. That'll make manipulating the Gentry and stuff a lot harder, but it will also make... Yeah, like, I don't have to take any of this weaponry. I can just step back and then step on there again and just get my sword back, because I think... Now let me make sure about this. There is no other tool I can use here, so yeah, no, I cannot kill these brains with a staff. So, okay. So I guess I have to do this if I want to use this exit. Okay. I have to do that if I want to use that exit. That's just how it is. So that's going to be challenging. Yeah, that's not so bad. That's totally fine. I can survive this, I think. Now I just gotta kill some brains. How do I get a brained Gentry to step away from me? I put my weapon in the space in between, that's how. Whoa. Don't need any tar babies. They would not help me. Oops. Okay, right, so do that, I do this. Okay. I chose the south hazard or something. Alright, and I can leave. Now... This means to get the rest of the challenges I have to restore, I guess? Why no seeding beacon, Skell? That'll keep my challenge, right? Yes, okay. Alright, let's do the north route. I don't get a choice of weapon there. It has to be sword. And that means I have to go this way, apparently. However, that has the same problem. Well, okay, so I see this, but it doesn't help me. Huh. Wait, I do get a choice of weapon, right. Yeah, so it's all about this trickery, it seems. So I don't get to drop the trapdoor gate this way. Yep, this is a room of tricks. That's fine. I can deal with that. Okay. North something. Do I want a dagger this way? It doesn't look like it because I wouldn't get through the tar very easily with one. However, that took some time that let a Gentry catch up with me. And that's not ideal. Because now I can't go anywhere. Can I move you first? Yeah. You go there. I get my stuff back. Okay. Oops. Alright, so that's west, and now east. It keeps the challenges when I reset, right? Yes, okay, cool. Alright, so this way could get mimics if I were to drop the trapdoor gate, which is impossible. So those mimic potions are just useless. Okay, fair enough. What do I want? A sword? Sure, why not? Sounds good to me. I would rather do this. I wonder how badly I'm breaking this room. It seemed like this kind of trickery wasn't necessary to clear it. But this is a lot of... There's a lot of mechanisms that I'm just not using here. Alright. So, swamp now. Temporal dissonance. I have a clone. There's an adder. Okay, what am I trying to do? Not let it touch those. Put it in there, which is west, which I can't, because that doesn't open. So no, I have to go in there. There's a time token. I see. Release adder. There's a clone. If I change clones while I'm recording... Whoops. Oh, I can't. Pressing tab ends the recording, clicking a clone does nothing. I guess I've never been in that situation before. So, okay. Hypothetically, it should be possible to just keep this adder in place from here, because I can send it north and south just fine. So does something need to... With that special command taking me to a place like this, I don't really have to worry about Bthro getting trapped in the same way that I do in a normal hold. Okay, so... What it wants me to do is not use that token yet. I'm supposed to do something involving stepping there, stepping here with you. One guy goes north, one guy goes south, then you need to toggle those things, maybe? Whoops. Oh, right, I can't switch... Wait, what? Maybe that's not it. Alright, so it's temporal dude. See, do I have to predict this adder at the same time? That sounds fiddly. So that's mandatory for getting through there on both sides. Why do I need two, though? Because one steps in there. Alright, so one guy's in here toggling these. One guy goes through here and steps there. The other guy goes through here and steps on those. Okay. Sure, why not? You go north. Not that far, though. Stop going north. Okay, so this adder is going to be a pain. What's even more of a pain is that I need to not have it look at this projection, this clone over this well, so how's that going to happen? Alright, so let's think about this a little more. I have to step there to open those. That lets the adder out to do all sorts of annoying stuff. Why do I need to get in there? Got it. Okay. So which one's going to be the projection and which one's going to be clone? Still feel like projection going in here is probably a good idea. But I need to do some adder prediction if I want to do that. Okay, so... I think I have a strategy. I'm going to release the adder. If this clone is active, you'll be looking this way, though, and that's a problem, possibly. Okay, so adder manipulation is a problem here. Because you're just going to do that. That's, like, super annoying. Well, now, wait a minute. I'm thinking about this all wrong, maybe. Well, no, I just need to make sure you don't step there. Okay. So I could approach this by... what? Let's try this a different way. What if you're a clone? You'll step there. I'm gonna do this. Become a time clone. Oh, but then the problem is you can't move while I'm making a recording, so this definitely has to be a time clone. There's no other way to do it. Okay. So you're one of those. I open this. And I have an unruly adder unloose, and that is kind of a problem. See, because you get out like that, I have to stay behind your head until your preference changes. Oh, but that's too... well, no, that's just long enough. Huh. Yeah, no, this is actually kind of a problem, isn't it? Like, sure, I can manipulate the adder fine from here, but you're going to be considered closer in this case. So, what's that going to mean? It means that I can't manipulate the adder from there. And then you're stuck up there. So let's hope you can have done your job by now. Okay. Why can't I... That's interesting. I couldn't switch when I was on that first turn. So I just need to try not to interfere. I already missed one cycle there. Yeah, getting both of these... Oh, hang on. Actually, I might be getting kind of lucky here. I didn't actually count the number of times I went back and forth. I just sort of did this until, yeah, see, now I've influenced the adder. So I need to be aware of his preference. If I do have time to go here. Okay. Oh, but I'm still influencing him. Yeah, see, this is the problem with this approach. I have to manipulate an adder from 2 different places at once. Really? Are you sure about this? And now he's looking there instead of here. Oh, this looks really severely unpleasant. Am I really interpreting this correctly? Like, do I absolutely have to do exactly that? Manipulate the adder from 2 different positions at once? Or is there something else I can do here? Nothing really happens until I step there. Then the adder is out. Then somebody's going to have to be looking after him. There's no place I can really shove him. I just have to keep him away. All right. So I think maybe the best thing to do would be to come up with a stable pattern where, see now, whoever this is going to be spending a lot of time in this area. In order for you to be closer... And it takes a while to get from here to here, especially if I'm looking at this stuff at the same time. Okay. I don't have a plan here still. Can I make one? I need to have you on a horizontal preference when you're somewhere in the south, so that I can move away from your head, making you want to step where your tail is, which makes you go north because of preferences. Then I continue sending you north until you get somewhere. Make sure you're on a horizontal preference, which happens every 5 turns, so I can stop you from continuing to go north. Because north is the direction serpenty things like best. So you will tend to end up here, in the absence of other input. Now, here's the other thing. I can completely ignore what the adder does in here. That's only partially true. Well, this B-throw up here will be closer. There's no circumstance where you'll want to go south instead, so yeah, you know, actually, can't I, as long as you're north of this row, that adder should always, let's see, north of this row, and you're closer than you. Okay, so let me count this out. So here's what I'm picturing. Adder comes here. Let me do this as quickly as possible. Adder is out. I want him to come to a specific spot right here. When the adder is in this spot, and this time clone is not exactly here, so just don't step on this space ever again. As long as it can either see something in here, like if the adder is seeing a B-throw in this row, it'll move north no matter what the preference is, because its preferred direction toward B-throw is blocked. And north is always open, which is higher in the priority list than south. So you will always go north. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so basically you'll circle around like that, if I'm predicting this correctly, in the absence of other directional input. That's not true. If you're here and you want to move west, but you're on a horizontal preference, you'll continue north, because there's no reason you'd go east there, so no, that's a bad plan. I see. Okay, so this room is hard. This is what going north gets me. How far north can I go? Architect, something, something. Exit. Got it. Okay. How far south can I go? Let's just probe the boundaries of this a little bit. So that's the entrance. Yes, I understand. There's a secret down here. The gates. Oh. Okay. This is weird. Death seeks on the other side? Do not open the gates to dark lands. What? Okay. Alright, so there's weird stuff to the south. Hard stuff to the north, weird stuff to the south, probably a bunch of stuff east and west. Alright, this is pretty cool. Yeah, I'll see you again to probably... I think I'm going to let this room sit here for a little while. It just looks unpleasant and annoying and fiddly. Maybe if I come back later, I'll see some other less unpleasant, fiddly, annoying way to do this. Cool. Yeah, I'll probably explore another direction rather than just straight north to the exit. Alright, see you next time for that.